I want you to be totally honest with me here, and this can honestly stay between us. How many different business models have you tried to pursue in the past year? And also tell me this, how many different YouTube videos did you consume about different online businesses, how to make money online, 3 best side hustles? I'm willing to guess you consumed hundreds, if not thousands of these kinds of videos. Yet once again, the year is coming to a close and you've made no progress in anything. The sad reality is the world of entrepreneurship is absolutely cutthroat and competition is fierce. But the one thing that you actually need to conquer is right within you, and that is your mind. That's why in this video, I want to give you my simple yet effective 3-step dopamine detox protocol that is going to eliminate all of the extra radio noise in your head and allow you to focus on your goals as an entrepreneur. So by the end of this year, your results are different from the last. Step number 1, you need to delete all social media apps that you do not create content on. If you are not creating content on that app, that means you are consuming more than you are creating, which fills up your mind with tons of unnecessary information that is realistically never going to be useful. During my journey, the 2 social media apps that I kept on my phone were TikTok and YouTube. The reason for this is I was creating over 3 videos a week on YouTube, and TikTok was the main hub for my e-commerce business. And even then, I would constantly fall into the trap of scrolling on TikTok when my For You page would get dominated by business related content, and all of a sudden I'd start getting distracted and wondering if the business model that I'm following is even the right one. But I fought against this repeatedly, day in and day out, until I eliminated all of this kind of content from my TikTok page and realized that the majority of the time, business content is probably the most toxic and useless out there. I cut down my screen time on TikTok and restricted myself to only using the app when I was going to post my content. If I ever used the app for longer than the limits I set for myself, which I did many times because we all fall and make mistakes, then I would push myself to make an extra piece of content that day. This way, I was always balancing out my consumption with my creation. When it comes to YouTube, I would always click not interested whenever I would get a business video that was not related to the business model I was following. This one step is not only going to save you so much time in your day that you would spend endlessly scrolling, but it's also going to do just a little bit to eliminate all of the noise in your head. The greatest philosophers, the greatest scientists of previous generations would make their most interesting discoveries or philosophical conclusions when they would be out for a walk or sometimes just looking at the sun. But we have eliminated these times of rest for our brain, and even when we go for a walk, we have a podcast plugged in. When we go outside to get some sunlight, we're gonna pull out our phone and start scrolling a little bit because it's our rest time. And all the while just bombarding our brain with different information that it has no idea what to do with, and also eliminating its potential to come up with groundbreaking ideas, which is critical as entrepreneurs. Step number 2, now from the content that we do consume, we need to clean it up just a little bit further. Once again, I saw the most progress when I stopped watching all short form YouTube content. That is videos that range anywhere from the shorts that are 1 minute long all the way up to 7 minutes long. Anything that has exaggerated editing, too much flashing, too much things popping up on the screen, I know this kind of content is only done to get more views and not to provide value to the viewer. From then on, I would only watch the long form YouTube videos related to my business model, and I would sit there and actually consume these pieces of content with thoughtfulness. But even this needs to be done sparingly, because if you consume too much long form content from many different creators, you're going to allow way too many opinions into your mind, and you're going to start to realize that they kind of contradict each other. And this is only going to lead to endless confusion and struggles when it comes to decision making. You see, at the end of the day, no matter how educational a YouTube video is, it can only provide you with a formula for success. But the inputs that go into this formula come down to you. For example, the other day I watched an amazing long form video from Iman Ghatzi. It was on one of his smaller channels, which actually only had 5,000 subscribers. And this video gave the formula to growing on YouTube as an educational content creator. However, I had to remember that this was only the formula. So right after I clicked off of that video, I had to go and discover my own inputs that I was going to plug into it to get the desired results. The mistake most people do is they think they can watch a YouTuber who's had success in a particular niche and then just go and copy literally exactly what they've done, but it's never going to work out for you the same way it works for them, because they were able to discover their own inputs that gave them a desired result. And those inputs are always going to be a secret and only apply to one person. So with any business model that you want to pursue, find the success formula and then go and discover your own inputs. And because you've cleared up your mind so much up until this point, you're going to discover it when you least expect it. And step number 3, you need to introduce mandatory times of silence and destimulation into your day. This could be at the gym, when you go on long walks, or when you go on long drives, or any time when you would typically take your phone and carelessly scroll, or just plug in your headphones and listen to another random podcast. Because these are the specific times that I mentioned earlier. This is exactly when your dormant brain is going to be able to come up with the most amazing ideas for you to pursue. And I can demonstrate that for you in this exact video. The idea for this video, the script, the idea for the thumbnail, every single thing related to it, even the title, came to me when I was at the gym and destimulated. I allowed myself to feel the feelings of exercise, the euphoria, the blood rush into your head, and all of a sudden I started to get different and unique ideas for YouTube videos I wanted to create, products I wanted to release, and improvements I can make to my business. The only reason I was able to do this was because I was experiencing silence during those moments of rest that allowed my brain to wander. Isaac Newton discovered gravity when he was sitting under a random tree and an apple fell on his head. He didn't discover it while in the lab, he didn't discover it after a 10-hour work session, and he didn't discover it while listening to someone's lecture. So let your mind wander. Give your mind the time to rest. Let it stop thinking about other opinions. Stop filling it with absolute garbage, because you have been doing this for the past few years, and honestly, if that led you to clicking on this video, it means you haven't achieved any significant results. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it brought you value, and know that it is going to be a constant struggle in this day and age where we become connected and addicted to our devices. It's still a struggle for me, and it's going to be a struggle every single day, but if every single day we can improve just 1%, at the end of the year we're going to be improved 365%. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. I'm out.